It's such a weird goddamn situation.
It's
because
the worst situation.
Everything they throw at him,
Yeah.
it just backfires, and it just makes him stronger and stronger.
And it looks like this case is falling apart.
It looks like almost all of them are falling apart.
The one in New York, though, apparently they thought was the most flimsy. Like a lot of legal experts thought it was the most flimsy going into it, but now it's completely falling apart.
It's too much crime. Everything is going downhill. The economy is going bad. The food is expensive. It's like affordable housing is not for everybody. It's just horrible.
Biden, they have disrespected the people of the city of New York. This was the best city in the world. We're not the great apple anymore. We're not the big apple. We are the rotten apple.
Biden went on the Charlemagne the God show and said, you ain't black if you don't vote for him. I'm black because that's how I was born and what I am. And Trump is the man that can save this country. Period.
I want food to go cheaper. The gas, I want gas cheaper. When I came and he was the president, the gas was a lot cheaper than it is right now.
Now we're becoming the Bronx second-class citizens. We have this influx of migrants are coming in, and they're getting everything. And everyone in the Bronx, in the city of New York, is forgotten.
The next day.
What else really stood out to you about the rally?
I will say this rally did look a lot like America. There was a lot of Asian voters there. There were a lot of Hispanic voters, a lot of black voters there, which is not typical for a Trump rally that I go to when I'm in Wisconsin or Michigan. Yeah. So that's what was fascinating.
But it is a cross-section of New York.
Exactly, exactly. And that's specifically why Trump was there yesterday. Those are key demographics that he sees are starting to break for him just a little bit. That door is opening for Hispanic voters to start voting for Trump in record numbers. They want to capitalize on that in this election. They think if they do, it'll spell success for them.
Yes, I knew this would be coming. I want to react to some videos, partaking to reactions coming from the mainstream media, partaking to Trump rally. A lot is happening. I don't know when this people will stop this. It is totally insane to say Trump decided to hold this rally in the Bronx simply because he wants to prove to a certain group of people that he is not racist. That is a ridiculous take. And they went around to say Trump appeared on stage at his Bronx rally with 2 rappers charged in a felony gang case, and it is a news to them. You can clearly see how desperate these people are. Going down on this article published by AP and CNN, Trump at his rally this week in the Bronx invited 2 rappers on stage who have been charged in a sweeping gang case, with one of them facing attempted murder charges. I don't know why this is a problem. You can invite someone on stage without actually knowing history about the person. This is election period. You will not be out there to choose who will vote for you. Yeah, it is important I show you this. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share out this video.
Stay with you for just one moment, Charles Blow. What will be the point of Donald Trump going to the Bronx and bigging up Putin, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un in a place he can never win? The Bronx is full of black and Latino folk, and he's not fond of those.
Right. Well, but you said it yourself in your question. He's not going to win New York. He's not going to win the Bronx. But that audience is not the Bronx. Yeah. The audience is everyone else in states that he could possibly win. And what he tries to do, and there's no downside for him to do this, by the way, what he's trying to do is to signal to other people, in swing states who are white, who don't want to be thought of as voting for racists, to soften the ground there and say, well, maybe he's not such a racist. Also, to maybe shave off a couple of percentage points among blacks and Hispanics. Also, people who look at it and say, I don't want to vote for a racist. And they say, well, maybe he's not as racist as they say that he is. This is signaling to other people, has nothing to do with New York, has nothing to do with the Bronx.
Yeah, the Unified Reich thing, he just says things like that. It's Trump. That's what they want us to be. Unified Reich is like a thing. It's like an actual, Google it.
Yes, I guess you have watched to this extent. You can see how ridiculous these people can be. You should Google it. That is insane. That is something that they just try to push ahead. It's a false narrative that they have been struggling to do. I understand Joy Reid's I cannot say it on this platform. You should be able to say on the comment section. She is fond of it. She cannot say anything without mentioning anything linking to race.
On Dasha Burns, who was there at this event, chief strategist for the Bush-Cheney 2004 presidential campaign, Matthew Dowd, and former Obama campaign advisor, Amisha Cross. So Dasha, you were there last night. You heard it. You talked to the people who were in that crowd. How was his message received?
Well, this might sound a little counterintuitive, but I did talk to folks in that crowd who themselves were immigrants. A lot of folks from the Dominican Republic. A lot of people that I talked to were born and raised in the Bronx. For some of them, this was their first ever Trump event. And when you talk to immigrants that are going to these Trump rallies, they agree with his message on immigration. Their point is, look, I did it the right way. I came here legally, and especially those living in New York right now, the sentiment I heard from a lot of voters was, we have these immigrants right now that the city is taking care of in a way that I've never felt taken care of by this city. It was a large crowd and a diverse crowd. Yes, there were some people from Westchester, from New Jersey, but there were a lot of people there that were from the Bronx, Black and Latino voters that are sick of how much they're paying for gas and groceries, that are frustrated with the situation at the border, and that find President Biden's rhetoric when it comes to minority voters a little bit offensive. Take a listen.
Biden went on the Charlemagne the God show and said, you ain't black if you don't vote for him. I'm black because that's how I was born and what I am. And Trump is the man that can save this country. Period.
Yeah, sometimes you need to agree with some of these people. Taking a look at this clip, you can clearly see she is speaking the truth. That is what she experienced, when interviewing people. And when it concerns the immigration thing, a lot of people are agreeing with Trump. So the mainstream media has never been like this. It is strange to them to see what Trump is doing now, because it has never been done before. Reason, they always try to look for some kind of loopholes, to say ridiculous things. Like I read out at the beginning of the video, where they now try to attribute, Trump brought up someone, is a rapper that is being convicted or charged of, things like that. They would now try to look up to things, to discredit the rally, attributed to some kind of things. I understand how the mainstream media they have been doing in the past, but I will make it clear on this video, it is not working because people see it now, what they have been doing. So it is high time for these people to stop and be able to speak the truth on what is going on.
But look at the margin trend line here. You see Obama 94, Obama 96, Clinton 92. Biden won it, but by only 69 points.
Only 69 points?
Why is that important? Because look at that. That's 23 percentage points less than Hillary Clinton won it by. This is a sign of the Hispanic movement that we saw last cycle, right? Where we saw, although Hispanics still favored the Democratic candidate in Joe Biden, they were less likely to favor him than they did Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama both times. And it's not just there that happened. We saw it in Hispanic precincts and counties across the country, from Southeast Florida, Southern Texas, even in the Los Angeles area.
So past, talk about present. What are the trends you're seeing among Hispanic voters this year?
Yeah, so we saw a trend among Hispanic voters from 2016 to 2020 where they became less Democratic. Look at the trend that we're seeing right now in the polling, right? So if you look back at Hispanic voters at this point in the 2020 cycle, Joe Biden had a 25-point lead. Look at where that lead is today. It's just 7 points. Donald Trump right now at 44%, if that held, would be the best performance for a Republican candidate among Hispanic voters.
Democrats would like to see, particularly given this is one of the bluest counties in the entire country. Now, one of the things that was interesting
won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all